Thank you, Cahirlock. Cahirlock. Born from a sense of community service, the credit union movement grew from its original 3 pioneers in the 1960s to the almost 2.9 million members it has today. And when you consider that the UK credit union movement celebrated 1.6 million adult members yesterday, I think it shows the success of our credit unions. Through such growth in numbers, the movement has maintained its sense of community service and is still a vital social movement in Ireland many decades after its inception. Credit unions are vital financial networks, but can and want to do more for its members by expanding its remit to include a range of financial services and social needs, such as microcredit lending, financial social housing and lending to small and micro businesses. With €13 billion in total assets, the movement's potential is huge. So you'd think the government's approach to this sector would reflect this importance, yet this government is alarmingly complacent to the credit union's ambitions. The government has barraged credit unions with a one-size-fits-all regulatory approach, hampering any efforts the movement is making to service its communities and members further. But this fits in with Fine Gael's big finance policies, where they have prioritised the profit-driven financial sector over the non-for-profit community banking model that credit unions provide. That is your policy and that is your ideology. The CP88 consultation paper issued by the Central Bank sets out proposals for restrictive provisions to include a cap on savings, a 10% limit on credit unions' total loan book, and the regulatory reserve ratio of not less than 10% of total assets. These are all very restrictive regulatory provisions that have not been even consulted with the credit unions themselves before they were put out to public consultation. But it's what the Minister and Fine Gael want, to limit credit unions' competitiveness with private sector financial providers. These regulations will keep credit unions in their place under the Minister's thumb, keeping them small and manageable. I would urge the Minister to stop the implementation of CP88. I would also urge the Minister to meet with credit unions to discuss their proposals to address the housing crisis and begin to actively encourage the sector to branch out into social needs while extending its remit to provide a range of financial services for its members. The founders of the credit union movement recognised the root problem in society as lying in the scarce availability and poor management of money, and resolved to identify a system that would allow people to gain more control over their finances. It's uncanny that today this government's own poor management of money has led to a housing, health and jobs crisis, yet it is quick to restrict a movement that has proven time and time again its own healthy management of money. The fact that there were fewer individual credit unions bailed out during the crisis than private banks should say enough about their value to our society.
Deputy, can I ask you to move that the debate be adjourned?
I move the adjournment.
The Dáil stands adjourned until 9:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. Thank you.